live from Los Angeles. It's Let's Talk About That.
Cue the intro.
All systems are a go.
Talking database activated.
Begin in 3, 2, 1.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what? Let's talk about who? Let's talk about me. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about that.
Girl, I cannot believe we are talking about that.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Let's talk about that.
Hello, I'm Jacob Bellotti, joined as always by Larry Saperstein. How are ya?
I am buzzing. I'm buzzing like a little bee.
My little buzzer bee.
Yeah. Ooh, buzzing with excitement.
Yeah, we have a great guest today, but before we get to that, let's talk about us.
Let's talk about us.
We went to the Disney Descendants versus Zombies tour recently.
Descendants versus Zombies Worlds Collide tour.
As a guest of friend of the pod, Dara Renee.
Yes, friend of the pod, Dara Renee. And it was really fun.
I loved it.
Huge shout out to Dara for, dancing her booty off and just killing it in front of an arena-sized audience.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Sold out.
Those kids are doing the thing.
And let me tell you, they know those songs.
Yes, they do.
They are singing word for word.
Absolutely, they are singing.
Yes.
And those girls love the Malachi.
Oh, they love.
Let me tell you, they love the Malachi.
They love Malachi.
They were screaming for Malachi,
but we were just screaming for Dara.
We were screaming for Dara. It was nice though because we were able to reconnect with some people while we were there. Like Sailor Curda, friend of the pod, was there.
Friend of the pod was there.
Tim Federley, friend of the pod.
Owner of the pod at this point.
Owner of the pod, Tim Federley. And who else? Oh, Pierce, right?
Pierce, Jose, from Zombies.
Yeah, and it was great.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I had never been in the back at Crypto before.
Me neither.
Which I thought was super interesting because that's a pretty iconic space.
Yeah. I had only been to Crypto the one time we saw Kylie, so that was a new experience for me being there all around.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed.
Oh, it was awesome.
Did you have any favorite songs or favorite moments from the tour?
Well, I love Red.
The Kylie Cantrell mega mix, of course.
Also a friend of the pod.
I forgot about Kylie. That's horrible of me.
I mean, come on, we've had so many of these people on the podcast. Disney, get us on your press tour.
Yes. No, it was literally there was an intermission at the end of Act 1 was the Kylie Cantrell mega mix, which was fierce.
Yes,
fierce.
She is fierce in every sense of the word. She's a pop star.
She did. Hands on me, wanna feel my denim, but I might just let them.
All the 4-year-olds out there.
Yes, it was fierce.
Yeah, we had a great time. I guess it's over now, so I can't say go check it out if it's coming to a city near you because it just ended.
Okay.
But if you checked it out, you saw a good show.
Yeah, if you checked it out, let us know. Let us know. They had Dara up on that elevator platform. She was flying up in the sky.
I thought that was just her legs.
Well, her legs grew.
Oh, yeah.
They tried to put me on the cover of Vogue, but my legs were too long. Every day is leg day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay, we have an incredible guest for you today. Our guest today starred in a little show called Saturday Night Live as a cast member for many seasons.
He is a Broadway, on his way to being a Broadway legend. He's been in Hamilton. He was in Spamalot on Broadway.
Yeah.
He's got some new shows in the works.
Absolutely. He is on High Potential with Caitlin Olsen. He is on a new NBC sitcom with Kristen Chenoweth called Stumble, coming soon. And we are so excited that he is here today to talk with us about everything SNL, Disney, life, Broadway, all of it.
Disneyland.
Yes, absolutely. He's clocking our tea. Yeah. So please welcome to the pod, Taran Killam. Right after this. Taran Killam.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction. You were so complimentary. God, you really built me up.
Well,
I
you
made
know,
me feel like $1 million.
we got to build you up before we tear you down.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Give me the tea.
Well, first off, we cannot thank you enough for being here with us.
You
today.
already have. I just need one.
You are our first guest of season 2.
It's such an honor, you guys. Larry, we met doing a workshop for a new musical.
Yes, which we're gonna get all into.
It was a highlight of my year, and so I jumped at the opportunity, and shame on me, I had not listened, but then I went. And as I told you, as I was arriving, saw that there was a 2-part Disneyland episode extravaganza. I immediately dove in, and I'm really hoping that a significant portion of this is dedicated to Disneyland.
We could talk about Disneyland as much as you want. Have you ever played the game Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Of course.
Yeah, so we have an entire
play it
episode.
all the time.
We have an
Zoo
entire episode
Tycoon,
where I
Water
talked
Park
about.
Tycoon.
Oh, wait, Water Park Tycoon.
Yeah, that's a newer one.
That's a newer
Yeah,
one.
Okay.
As I was telling Jacob, I've gone as my home setup. I've gone from Apple to PC, which is
Right.
so far a huge mistake. But for gaming,
Of course.
the variety, and Water Park Tycoon is.
Our friend Jeremy just built a computer.
Built a gaming PC.
And he now has like all his game setups with like the backlighting and all
Yes.
that. It seems very complicated.
It's like, I mean, this ties into Disney very much, but like as someone who likes to accessorize and to add on, like Apple, there's only so much you can do.
Right.
With a PC, you can build a whole like
A whole-
system,
like
a
just
room.
everything is custom.
Exactly. Yeah, it's amazing.
Do you play the new one, Planet Coaster? Are you familiar with Planet Coaster?
No,
Do you
but
kn-
I'll look
have you,
into
Have
it.
you heard of it?
No.
Okay, so it's developed by Frontier Games, which is like the successor to whatever the game makers of Roller Coaster Tycoon were.
I see.
And so it's kind of like a spiritual successor, but it's like heavy on the computer processing. You can do anything you want with the scenery.
Whoa.
There's like so many different like scenic model pieces that you can just like put in and do like these incredibly themed Disney level attractions.
Ugh.
But with like roller coaster, like they have every type of roller coaster, they have water rides, they have rapid, like all the different types
That's
of
so
rides, and then you can do scenery with
That
them.
sounds like the most glorious time suck.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It will quickly take away 120 hours of your
Yes.
life.
well, sometimes we sit in bed playing Roller Coaster Tycoon,
Yeah.
and then like we look up and it's like 2 a.m. It's like, oh shit.
That's awesome. Now that's the most romantic thing I think I've ever heard. Quite honestly. I mean, you were Sims players, I'm assuming, at one point.
I
in your life?
was.
Yeah.
I was a Sims
I had the
player.
Sims 1, like the
Sure.
original.
With, like the Rosebud, like password secret codes. So you could get
Yes.
unlimited funds.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Yeah,
Those
that was a
early
big
PC
one.
games.
Did you ever World of Warcraft? Did you ever MMO?
No. But
Okay.
we.
Oh no!
Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's gonna bring up something super embarrassing
This is
for us.
when we were both younger, but now we don't want to pay for it, but we're like interested in it again. There's a game called Wizard 101. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's like an MMO where you're a wizard, but it's very much geared towards children. Okay. And it's so odd. Like Selena Gomez and Nick Jonas are like in the game because they did like
because Selena Gomez is a
promotional-
wizard.
Yeah,
you know.
well,
Right, because of Waverly
They
Place.
they
Yes,
did like
makes sense. Okay.
crossover promotions with like Disney
Okay, fun.
at that time, just to show you like
Yeah.
how old it is and how like geared towards kids it was.
Yes.
But
Anyway,
it's like
we're 27 and we're doing Wizard 101
doing
again.
Wizard
So.
101.
But we don't. It's like,
But I also love the qualifier of like Wizard 101 is for kids, not like Roller Coaster Tycoon,
Yes,
which is a grown-up game,
sophisticated
which is late
adult.
night grown-up alone time. game.
Absolutely. Okay, so Taran, we got to talk about SNL a little bit.
Great.
What was it like?
We tape on Saturdays.
Yeah.
It's live.
Yeah.
It was my dream job. It was. I went to college. I went to UCLA as a musical theater major. Believe it or
oh
not.
wow, I didn't know that.
And then dropped out at the end of that year because I had been cast on Mad TV at the young age of 19 with not a ton of like comedy specific experience, but just like full of energy and a pretty good mimic. So it was a little bit of a fluke. And my time on Mad TV was like this crash course intensive to fall in love with the form of sketch comedy. I was like, I do know this more than I realized, and I certainly love it more than I've ever admitted it to myself. So I went back and studied at the Groundlings Theater here in LA.
Iconic.
About 7 years, and that's where SNL was. But by the time I'd left Mad TV, SNL really became a goal for me. Like, like, the dream job, the reach job, so to speak. And I always kind of had a feeling that if I ever had a chance to audition for the show, like to be called out to 8H, to Rockefeller Center, and do like the camera test at home base, I always kind of just had a feeling that I would have a good shot if I could get there, but getting there felt so circumstantial. Like you had to be in the right place, right time. So that was the gift of Groundlings, like true training in the format, and then being sort of a place that had a spotlight on it from SNL to recruit new talent.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm a bit of a late night historian in a way. Like, cool. I really love Conan's trajectory, and
funniest ever, yeah.
And it was interesting because he started at Groundlings as well with
Lisa Kudrow
and that whole class.
Yeah, Michael McDonald, I think, was in their group. It was overlap there.
Yeah, and Greg Daniels was there.
Right.
And I just feel like the pathway from Groundlings to SNL is probably the most direct, right?
Yeah, it's like for LA, certainly.
Yeah.
It's Groundlings, and then in Chicago, Second City, and then for a time New York, UCB, and then just stand up. But now what's interesting is more and more is TikTok, YouTube is like there's a whole new sort of stable to choose from.
Well, someone said we were everyone. I'm in a group at UCB.
Amazing.
I'm in like a house troupe, a musical comedy house team.
I love it.
And of course, the news is like the new SNL cast members that were just announced. And someone made a very interesting observation that there's 4 new cast members, and they're all from like a different avenue of where people are getting seen now. And I think it's like highlights that not just SNL, but like the industry is trying to figure out like where are the best people coming from right now.
Yes.
Because like one person was TikTok, like fully TikTok, making, TikTok videos. One person was like the more traditional route of like UCB, took all the classes.
Stage, improv,
and
sketch,
and I think that like now it's like such a more broad range of skills and perspectives, and SNL, but also like the whole industry is trying to figure out like what do we want to focus on and highlight.
where to look to find the talent, and where is the talent being watched. Like that's what's really changing. I feel that Lonely Island deserves even more credit than they already get for sort of updating the relevancy of the show with digital shorts and YouTube and the bridge. Like they are directly responsible for the digital existence of a lot of comedy, but certainly SNL's comedy life online.
Yes,
absolutely.
All of the viral videos.
When we were like, we had to be like 10 or 11 maybe. I had the little iPod Shuffle. Do you remember that one? The one that had no screen on it. It was just like the little
you could
stick.
Clip it onto the end of your. Yes.
No, it kind of looked like a fun
the
dip
rectangle.
stick.
Yes,
the rectangle.
Yes.
And I remember everybody had the Lonely Island songs on it.
Yeah. Was it LimeWire? Was it Napster? Or where did you download it from?
Yes, everyone would get it illegally from the internet, but everybody had it, and it was like the biggest phenomenon when we were growing up. So I feel like that definitely brought it to the younger generation.
I'm even enjoying discovering the show. Like there's enough distance, I haven't been on the show for almost 10 years. It's almost been 10 years since I was on the show. And it's really fun to see how much the sort of like, social media, digital posting gives you access to the experience of the show, which was only just starting when I was on, and even then was sort of chagrined a bit, and not even in a like don't do it or you'll get in trouble, but just nobody understood the power of it really. And so there wasn't like huge support SNL did not have a social media department when I started.
And now I feel like probably cast members are posting TikToks from backstage.
Exactly
and,
right.
this is how we make a sketch from beginning to end. And it's the access to see how the sausage gets made is
because that's how people
now.
View it. That's how a younger audience certainly ingests it. So like Veronica, who's just hired, I mean, she's already got like 1 million followers on Instagram from her online videos, and it's interesting because I do think that the power of SNL in pop culture is that it's still like considered quite mainstream, right?
Yes.
Like it's a generation bridger for lack of a better
It's always like, what's
term.
SNL gonna say about this?
Correct.
Correct. Political event, whatever, current event. What's SNL gonna say about it?
So as much as like an online presence where, through YouTube and ad sales, you could probably make a really significant living, it still is this launching pad into kind of mainstream entertainment. That's very exciting, and I'm excited for all the new cast members.
No, it is interesting. Like mainstream TV is also doing, or traditional TV rather, like not live TV, is doing the same thing where they're casting people who have large social followings now. And I'm just wondering, like that pipeline didn't really exist when you were casted on the show.
Correct.
Who was in your class? I can't remember.
The new hires were myself, Vanessa Bayer, Jay Farrow, and Paul Britton.
Oh, wow.
In 2010.
What an esteemed class.
Yeah, it's a good group, good, stronger. And we came into a really strong set cast already. We were there for the last 2 seasons of Kristen Wiig and Andy Samberg, and then the last 3 seasons with Fred Armisen, Jason Sudeikis, and Bill Hader. It was a dream job. It was so exciting.
And so did you find that like Nickelodeon as a younger kid helped you get there? Because the Nickelodeon to SNL pipeline it's
too strong. It is too strong.
It's true. No, it's true. I'd say yes, of course. I think, I've been at this for a long time. And I think every job informs future work. And I learned pretty early on, like, I wish I were better at saying no. And you want to have that privilege in showbiz to, like, pick and choose and say no. But I think there's a real flaw there, because the jobs that I said yes to that I was really unsure about have frequently either led to other more exciting, more creatively fulfilling and challenging jobs, or introduced me to relationships, personal relationships that were so important. So every job informs the next one. I think, Larry, you probably know better than I, that the training at a young age in the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon corral is a great sort of training ground or place to kind of cut your teeth, to hone your technical skill, but also be surrounded by other ambitious professional people to learn do's and don'ts as you move forward.
Totally. I mean, I was trained definitely in like more the theater space.
Yeah.
But being on the show, you see people like Olivia Rodrigo, who was like writing a new song every single day, like literally.
Yeah.
And Joshua Bassett, who was like working on his music career and writing a book, and you just are like, oh wow, everyone's very ambitious, and it's not like how every kid is all over the place. Like it's like the kids that do show business as kids, especially at that level of success and professionalism, are just so laser focused on, being creative, but also like have that creativity skill and are like very disciplined in their creativity and their work.
Yeah, it's a lovely leg up to be a teenager, a young individual who knows their passion, right?
Yeah.
And then I think all of us have experienced, the sort of just natural, innate skill and ability as a singer, musician, performer. But when you know that early on, this is what I want to do, there's nothing better than either Nickelodeon or Disney as a professional level job that still feels, I think for the most part, smartly curated, right? Like I did a little bit of Disney Channel stuff too, and in Nickelodeon, like they are, I think from a corporate standpoint, pretty good at trying to protect, and they're always learning and they're always adjusting, but trying to not expose too quickly, right? Or not like, from my experience, protect against the pitfalls of fame, celebrity, money. Like there are these sort of protections in place that fortunately are improve with each new show, new generation. That I know, just to answer your question, Larry, like, did Nickelodeon help in starting? Yes, I think just through like performing on camera and the reps and the technical skills, yes, for sure. But the exposure to a professional level that still was in its essence designed for youth. I found very invaluable.
Especially like on High School Musical, for me, like I think the experience was very like pure of heart. Like the intentions of everyone there, it wasn't like a sour attitude, making the show, which I know can happen.
Wrote the album.
Well, I mean, even
was literally sour.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. But
look at you knowing you're Olivia Rodrigo.
Well, teenage daughters.
Yes. But we've talked. I mean, I know quite a few like Disney and child stars at this point, and one thing I have noticed that I think could be applicable. I mean, you did like the Amanda Show and that stuff, and it's like they teach you overacting. They teach you how to be comfortable, like yelling about
or
something.
Commitment.
Yes,
for sure,
committing to bits, and it's like, and we've seen that a lot with. I mean, our good friend Julia Lester, who was nominated for a Tony recently. She did a Disney show just as like a guest star, where she was like this wild, crazy.
Oh, it was Game Shakers.
Game Shakers. She was like a crazy character, who was like throwing things and flying through a wall.
Had to crush a potato with her bare hands.
Like it's like
crazy stuff.
That commitment to the bit, I feel like that helps you also like learn how. Oh, okay, you got to just go for it, and you got to make it happen.
Absolutely, but even speaking to the creative tone of like squishing a potato, versus being a child actor hired in a Spielberg film, right?
Yes. Right. It's not as fun.
It's exactly that there's sort of like a recess energy at a professional level still at that point. And people are still making mistakes, or people are still I'm sure you have witnessed like different family dynamics and different reasons why, right? Like my early professional experiences in showbiz really helped me define, why am I doing this? Is it to chase celebrity? Is it to chase notoriety? Is it to chase money? And I was able to, because I had some acting jobs as a kid, but my parents never forced me to do it. It was only like, if you want to.
Right.
And then got some training in college, and then went and trained at Groundlings. So it helped me to find like, no, what I get fulfilled by, what I get excited by is collaborating, is playing characters, is committing to roles, is telling story. Like that's the crux of the why for me. And the other stuff is gravy when it happens, but has helped me when it's been, long stretches of no high paying jobs, no real work, to still be motivated and still feel creative and still feel passionate and feel the love for the biz of show.
Do you have any favorite characters that you did in SNL? That stick out to you, like even after 10 years of not doing it, that you're like, that was so fun.
There were these sketches. The sketch that I was doing in Sunday Company at the Groundlings was something I wrote with Sarah Baker, and we just called it French Dance. And it was sort of like our twisted version of what is a CW show in hipster Paris. And there were always these sort of like non sequitur, dumb, absurdist movement dance pieces to weird sounding French pop songs we could find. 'Cause Kobe, my wife, bought this like, the best French pop songs CD at Starbucks on a whim.
Yeah.
And this singer Camille, who's amazing, she does the songs for Ratatouille, and
okay.
There's a song that she found called Ta Douleur, where the percussion is all her making fart noises with her mouth. And it's just like, is this what
That's
hip
our
French
type of
culture
humor.
is?
That is
that was,
We're gonna have to look that up.
so that was always really joyful and a fulfilling process because it took a lot of work and a lot. It was a different muscle to flex of like, this is choreography now, not joke writing. But I mean, speaking to like bridging SNL, the show, into sort of digital streaming internet stuff. There's this, I recreated Robin's Call Your Girlfriend music video in my like 10 square foot office.
I feel like I remember this.
Yeah.
This is like a thing.
Because I didn't, when I saw Robin's name, shame on me, I was like, Robin, do we know who that is? And they're like, yeah, and they said the songs.
In the gay world, you're banished.
I know, for sure. I know. I lost my ally card. But then they're like, and this is her new song. And they showed me the video, and I was immediately obsessed. And then as a bit in the week leading up to it, would go into people's offices while they were working on something and use the other computer to start playing the video like at the highest volume possible. And Sarah Schneider said, you should try to recreate that video in your office because me and Paul Britton had, or I guess it was me and Zach Cannon's office at that point, had the worst office. No windows, the smallest space. It was so cramped. We were like literally in the middle of the building.
Oh,
like we were. It just was like the office of shun.
Yeah.
And Sarah's like, you should try to recreate that video in your office. And I kind of took the challenge. So at like 4:30 in the morning, I recreated Robin's video just like for fun, and then we ended up posting it on YouTube.
Yeah.
But not even SNL's YouTube page because again, that was not part of the process.
Right.
That was not part of the infrastructure, and it still is probably the thing that people bring up the most from my time.
Wow.
on SNL, which I don't know if that's a good thing. Nobody is referencing anything I actually did on the show.
You're like amazing sketch work.
Only the fever dream that happened at 4:30 that's on like some private YouTube page.
Wow. What a legacy.
I'll take it.
All right, more with Taran Killam right after this. And we're back.
Nice. That was a good long break.
Yeah.
Nice.
We experienced life.
We had a meal. We had a deep discussion that went a couple hours.
We went to Mastro's.
Yes.
Yeah, Mastro's.
Yeah. 3 courses.
Yep. Drove from Van Nuys to Malibu.
Yeah. We did Ocean Club.
So now I want to hear a little bit about your Broadway trajectory.
Sure.
Because you've done quite a few Broadway shows. Well,
I've been lucky enough to do 2.
Yeah.
And then
and maybe a third on the way.
Hopefully all things crossed with you, Larry, because
I would love to.
Same. No, Larry and I met doing a workshop for a Bad News Bears musical, written by Brian Feinstein and Eric Garcia and directed by Sherry Barber, and it just was a joyful experience.
It was so fun. I loved that show.
Me too.
It just radiated like positivity and like good vibes.
Yeah, it was a good group.
Feel good.
It was a good group. They just did a wonderful job with the source material, which I love. Did you know the movie beforehand or either of the movies?
No, I watched it when they were like Bad News Bears. I was like, okay, I'll watch this.
Yeah. Had you worked with any of them previously?
No, everyone was new for me.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was. I don't even really know how I got it. It was just like everyone was brand new. So it was a completely new experience for me. I'd only done ever before that one other workshop of a different musical.
Oh, cool.
So it was very, very cool.
Yeah, but it was such a good vibe. It felt like it was working already, and it's still quite early in its process.
Yeah, we have a friend who named Vosti who's been in like 18,000 million Broadway shows and always original cast of all of those shows. So she was kind of like the person that they would pick to kind of lead the ensemble and be the dance captain, and was in many, many workshops of shows. And she always says, like, you always know if the show is going to be a success or a flop on the first day of rehearsal based on how the team is talking to each other about their ideas.
That's beautiful.
And if they're like going back and forth trying to find the best thing, then it'll be great. And if they're arguing with each other, it's going to be a flop.
Yeah.
And
so naturally, when you two were screaming at each other that
sorry
first
about
day,
that, buddy, but those were my pop chips.
I know. Yeah. I'm sorry. No, but the team was so they were just really collaborative with each other and with us, and really excited about the show
material. Yeah, they care about it a lot.
Yeah. So it was a great experience.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure similarly, like musical theater is my first love. I'm sure it's
of course.
And just being in the dance rehearsal space with the ballet bars on the walls and the mirrors, and just being in a group and getting to know each other and getting to see each other's talent, like there's nothing feels better to me in all of the entertainment industry.
It just feels like home, and it's relaxing, and it was wonderful. But tell us about so your Broadway debut then was Hamilton.
That's right. Yeah,
that's a pretty big Broadway debut.
It was cool.
That's a big one to go into as the first thing.
I was nervous about it for sure, and it took me about 2 weeks to really kind of feel comfortable in it in the same way that I felt in anything I'd done before. As soon as I got SNL, I told my reps, like, I would love to do anything involved with the theater community. Any fundraisers, any cabarets, any 24-hour plays, musicals, any of that. And so I really tried to take advantage of that, and that's where I met Tommy Kail.
Of course.
And he and I got to work.
Director of Hamilton.
Yes, got to work on a 24-hour play together and really hit it off, really bonded, became good friends. And then Lin-Manuel Miranda, we kind of already casually knew because he was hired by How I Met Your Mother to write for their they did like a musical number for and he wrote the music for that.
Got you.
Because Neil Patrick Harris, also a friend of Broadway, had loved In the Heights and turned everybody onto it at the show, and everybody fell in love with it, of course. And so they hired Lin then. And I remember going out to dinner with Lin and his wife Vanessa and Kobe and I, and him telling us about this project he's working on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like, I'm writing about, Alexander Hamilton, and I'm like, that's the guy from the milk commercial, right? Like, like that was the extent of my education because I'm an ignorant buffoon. And they even invited me to like an early rehearsal, like similar to the Bad News Bears workshop. They're like, stop on by and just like look and see. And SNL is so consuming, so I wasn't able to really like come at the appropriate time and stay as long as I wanted. But I think I walked in and they're working on a harmony of like, history has its eyes on you, eyes on you, eyes on you. And I'm just like, good luck, guys. Good luck with this.
It's going to flop so hard.
Hard cut to me seeing it at the public and like literally unable to tell Tommy how beautiful it was.
Yeah.
Tommy going like, take a moment. Go ahead and collect yourself. Take a moment.
So you were one of the few that got to see it at the public.
Yeah.
The very first, like...
I saw One Last Ride. Not like One Last Time. Yeah.
Wow. I never really saw it until Broadway.
Yeah.
And when it went to Broadway, I was like, come on, we're founding fathers rapping about the Constitution. Like, that's not going to be anything. And then, of course... It was Hamilton.
Yeah.
What were there like differences at the public?
Yeah, it was a bit longer, I'll say, at the public, and a lot of Washington's stuff kind of got beefed up. I think things got tightened a bit between the public and Broadway. For me, Dear Theodosia is what knocked me out the first time because like we were young parents again. Our second child was born in 2014, and it was just like that crushed me. Wait for it is just, I mean,
he's got the best songs in the show.
A bop. I know, and he's back.
I know.
He's back.
How exciting.
Yeah.
We've all seen the videos, right? Of like that standing ovation appearance. Incredible.
So crazy.
So cool.
So then were you one of the first replacements?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's even a moment where Tommy was like, would you ever be let out of the show to do, like, they went to Poughkeepsie to do an out-of-town reading of it. And I'm like, I'm on the most historical, most famous sketch comedy show in history. But yeah, that feels like a missed opportunity, quite honestly. So when I left SNL, And Tommy was like, Rory's leaving. And Rory was technically Jonathan's first replacement on Broadway.
Okay.
Although Andrew Rannells did do an 8-week fill-in for John when he was doing Mindhunter.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Groff went to do Mindhunter, the Netflix series, and Rannells filled in. So I'm like the 4th Broadway king, but the 3rd like
official
in the line.
Yeah.
And how long did you do it for?
I did it for about 3.5 months.
Okay, nice.
And was gonna do it. It was good.
Cool.
It was amazing. I ended up doing 99 performances, and I had to call out sick once. And the performance before that was like the greatest performance I gave because it was coming out of every end, and I was like literally shivering and sweating backstage. And then I'd hear the song before, I'd hear Schuyler Sisters, and I'd just like breathe and suck it up, and you would never know that I was the sickest I'd ever been in my life.
You did the Michael Jordan
100%, and then collapse off stage for 45 minutes before my second song comes back, and then had to call out the next day, and I regret it to this day because
now they got to bring you back.
They got to do one more. Let me do one more.
One night only.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'll be like, hey Leslie, look who else is back. Crickets.
Wait, so what was the second show you did?
Then I did Spam-A-Lot.
Spam-A-Lot.
Yeah,
which I saw.
Yeah, did you?
I
Yeah.
did see that.
I loved that. I mean, Holy Grail was one of the
Yes.
most important comedy films in my lifetime
Of
ever.
course.
And Eric Idle was involved in the revival and was there, the
Did
week
John
leading
Cleese
up to...
have anything to do with it?
No.
Okay, it was Eric Idle.
Because it was really... The musical is Eric's baby.
Yeah.
And I don't think Eric and John were necessarily on speaking terms at the time. Hopefully they've remedied that because love them both dearly.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric. Hey, John. Love ya.
We love you.
We love
you.
But Eric was there like the whole week leading up to opening and like pitching new jokes. It was it was a dream come true.
That was a big deal because that was the first revival of that show.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I never saw it when it was first on Broadway, but I assume it was very true to the original production, like not a lot of changes.
No,
which I think was a big deal.
Yes, yeah. I think when there's source material of even the original,
It's
like
so good,
what are you gonna tweak, what are you gonna heighten,
Right.
Of these iconic, timeless jokes and bits,
Right.
But that group, that team, like the cast.
You had James Monroe,
Iglehart,
Ethan
and
Slater.
Yes. Michael Urie, Jimmy Smagula,
Wow.
Nick Walker,
My gosh.
Christopher Fitzgerald. It just was like, and Leslie, who was rightfully nominated because she's just
Leslie
like
Kritzer.
she's one of the most talented people I've ever shared a dressing room hallway with.
Yeah, amazing.
Everybody was happy to be there, and everybody was really in support of each other. So it made for a wonderful, wonderful experience.
And your part was the gay one.
The Lancelot track, the closeted gay one. Yes,
gay
exactly,
one.
exactly. His name is Lancelot.
Yeah. But there's another one that's Jewish.
Yeah. Michael Urie. Yeah, Brave Sir Robin.
Right.
He sings a number you won't get anywhere on Broadway
without the Jews.
Exactly right.
Correct.
And there was a lot of hesitance. Like, speaking of any updates or any changing, everybody was really nervous. You won't succeed on Broadway if you don't have any Jews. People were really like, there were multiple meetings in the lead up to it, and poor Michael Urie, who really had to be the face of it and bear that responsibility, was so diligent in reaching out to mentors, friends. He talked to Harvey Fierstein, I believe, and asked his opinion. It's like, can we do it? And guys, it was always the biggest. Biggest, happiest reaction of the entire show every
as two
time.
Jews,
yes,
love it.
It's so funny. But I think the funny thing about it is it's kind of true. It's just
sure.
Jewish New Yorkers are such huge patrons of Broadway.
Yes,
and
it's two things at once, right? It's a celebration and an acknowledgement of that, and it's satire, and it's totally mocking and silly and ridiculous. as is every other scene, line, moment of that show.
Right. I mean, just look at the Book of Mormon.
Yeah,
the literal whole
exactly.
show is that.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
Exactly.
And but it's interesting. We just saw Shucked on tour.
Yeah.
Yes, we saw
I
Shucked.
saw it too. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, it was interesting though that the Act 2 opening number they changed.
Yeah,
from
my
Broadway.
daughters noticed that too.
you?
They're
Yeah,
like,
the opening on Broadway was called "We Love Jesus," and it was
Yes.
very like satirical of Christianity and we
Yeah.
love Jesus but we drink and all of that. And then they changed it, and I actually think it would have probably played really well
I think so too.
across the country, but I think they were nervous about it.
Yeah, we live in these timid times, right?
Yeah.
Of fear of cancellation, of fear of controversy, which
like even 3 years ago when you're doing Spamalot was not as much the case.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's also going on tour.
Yes. Yeah. It starts in the spring, or maybe
Yeah.
this
I don't
this
even
fall,
know.
maybe this November it
Yeah.
opens.
Yeah.
I think.
But
yeah.
it's coming
It's
here.
coming
It'll be
here,
Yeah.
I think, in the
like
spring.
next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. No, I've been quite spoiled. I also did a New York City Center. We did Little Shop, and Ellen Green came back and played Audrey.
Oh, wow.
And Jake Gyllenhaal was Seymour.
My God.
And it was incredible. Just the noise of City Center is a big theater. It's like 2,700 or maybe more.
Yeah, it's huge.
And the sound of
Yes.
a packed City Center full of theater, psychos.
Yes.
True fanatics
Yeah.
screaming their heads off at the appearance of Ellen Green. Just the appearance. And she was, I think she's early 60s when we did it. This is like 2013, 2014, something like that. And she just appears, and the sound was the loudest thing I'd ever heard. And then she goes, "Sorry, Mr. Mushnick," and they doubled even more.
Yeah, I love that.
It was joyful.
Would you ever do the off-Broadway that's going on?
I've been asked a couple times,
You'd
and
be
like
so great.
I've considered it, but it's just going to be hard. I'll be chasing that high. I think like
It's a very. Have you seen it?
I haven't made it there yet.
It's a great production. Like I saw Jinx Monsoon in it. And so
amazing.
that was amazing.
Yeah.
But even without Jinx Monsoon, like the production itself is great. All the design is great. The set, the puppets are good. It's a very small theater. It's like 200 and maybe 20 like, seats.
I think my wife did Love, Loss, and What I Wore in that theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's very off-Broadway.
Very intimate,
It keeps getting this like reputation that it's Broadway, and it's an amazing production, but it's not a Broadway
not
theater.
technically
it's
the
it's
size of it,
small. I
yeah.
think people don't understand that it's such a small venue.
Yes.
But they're getting great people for it.
Yeah, consistently. There's been so many iterations of that cast. I'd love to see that. I'm going to New York. I'm starting a new job that films in New York.
Okay.
And I can't wait to see Jinx in Oh Mary.
Yes.
I wanted to see Titus as well. I got to see Titus in Moulin Rouge.
Okay, cool.
His first performance in Moulin Rouge. And him singing Sia's Chandelier is just like, it's stupid.
weird.
It is stupid. But I'm excited to see Jane. There's so many. And then Kristen Chenoweth is in this new show I'm doing. It's a
Queen of Versailles.
Yeah, it's we're doing a show together called Stumble for NBC.
Okay.
Half-hour comedy, and she's in that, but she'll be doing double duty.
Oh my God.
I
wow.
know.
That's
So
crazy.
wait, so
can
she's
she do?
leading a show and doing.
This is correct.
Oh my God!
Yes, I know.
And Pablo
Give her the Tony.
is in Queen of Versailles.
Yes.
Pablo, who is in
yes,
Bad News
yes,
Bears
yes,
with us.
that's
So
right.
we're definitely gonna go see
I
it.
did spelling bee at Kennedy Center with Nina White, who Kristen says is like a shoe-in for. I don't want to jinx. Not the good Jinx who's a No Mary. I don't want a bad Jinx, Nina's chances, but apparently Nina White is like a scene stealer in Queen of Versailles. So I can't wait to see that. I'm excited that Jellicle Ball, which I missed, is coming back.
Yes, that'll be
I cannot wait to see
cool.
that.
We didn't see it either.
I want to go to Masquerade. I'm curious about Masquerade. This immersive experience of Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
There's lots to see out there.
Lots to see.
Yeah.
Lots coming up
Lots
too
coming up.
on the Broadway calendar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny, Jinx. We were talking about seeing Jinx and O'Mary because we were just in New York last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we couldn't make it work for whatever reason.
Sure.
But we did see the Stranger Things play.
We saw the
I
Stranger
hear it's
Things play.
incredible.
It was
I've not seen that
awesome.
show, but the staging, people say it doesn't.
Do you like the
matter.
show?
I've not seen. I've
you
not
haven't
seen
seen
the
Stranger
TV
Things.
show.
Oh, you haven't seen the
No.
TV show?
Yeah.
You
that's a
definitely
blind
have
spot
to
for me.
see Stranger Things to see the show.
To appreciate-
Have you seen the
okay.
Harry Potter play?
Yes, Cursed Child.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's similar to that in like the level of sophistication of the effects.
Cool.
I would say the effects are even better.
Wow.
And also the script is, I think, more interesting.
Yeah.
And fits into the world better. So the effects don't feel. Sometimes I felt like with Harry Potter, it was like just a magic show where they were just going from one trick to the next trick.
Yeah, right.
The Stranger Things show did not feel like that. It was
Okay.
like truly like this. Every effect was baked into the story, and it had emotional weight, which just made it so much better.
Now, I've had a 13-year-old nephew of mine explain that it's good to not have seen the TV show because this is a prequel.
It is a prequel, but it spoils
It
a
spoils
massive
like,
reveal.
the biggest reveal of the whole show.
I
the
see.
TV
Yeah.
show.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So-
So binge. How much of it do I have to watch?
Four
four
seasons.
seasons, and then this, and then
yeah.
see this,
But
and
here's
then
the thing:
season 5.
season 4,
Yeah.
every episode is like 2.5 hours.
It's a long
so it's
investment,
like it's like you're watching like 10 movies.
Okay.
but it's really good.
I think I have to
think you'd
pick
love
one. I
it.
think it's
It's really
10 hours
good.
of Stranger Things or 10 hours of Queen of Versailles. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll be watching Stumble, right?
Yeah,
On
Stumble
NBC.
Stumble on NBC. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really funny.
Wow.
Did you guys, the documentary Cheer that was on Netflix
Yes.
during
Yes,
the
yeah,
pandemic?
yeah.
So Coach Monica
Okay.
is a consulting producer on this.
Okay, so it's
this is much
cheerleading.
sillier. This is the
Right.
comedy
Yeah.
version of that world. But yeah, Jen Lyon is the star. She basically stars as a version of the winningest junior college cheerleading coach in Texas history. And then
so
due to
fun.
scandal, she's let go from the college that she's turned into this huge behemoth and
Yeah.
has to start over from fresh at the junkie college
Of
across
course.
town.
That's
Is it
fantastic.
mockumentary?
Yes.
Or, okay, cool. Wow.
I'm excited.
It's really fun.
That's
It's a
gonna be
great
really
cast.
good.
Yeah.
We love the paper.
Do you? I haven't
Yeah.
started it
We're
yet, but I'm
watching.
excited. Okay,
It's-
great.
It's pretty good.
Great. I'm really deep into Alien Earth right now.
Oh my God!
yeah.
Everybody's into Alien Earth
It's
right now.
so good. I was like, that could be good. It's so good.
Okay, work.
I love
You
it.
know what we just got into? This is our embarrassing
Okay,
binge.
yeah.
Wizard 101.
No.
we have another.
You're just gonna when we clip this, and now it's gonna have Wizard 101 in it, and then it's just gonna be everything at once. We're watching Sullivan's Crossing on
Okay.
Netflix.
On Netflix.
Do you
Have
know
you heard of
Sullivan's
it?
No.
Crossing? This show,
Oh boy.
it's kind of a cross between Gilmore Girls and Desperate Housewives.
Great.
Yeah. But it is absurd. It's this doctor, Maggie Sullivan.
Sure.
Dr. Maggie Sullivan.
Okay.
She's the best neurosurgeon.
Do we know who plays her?
Her name is
Morgan-
Morgan Cohen.
Okay,
She's a
okay.
Canadian actress.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Now she
It's a
is-
Canadian show.
She's
Okay,
the
cool.
fiercest neurosurgeon in Boston.
Has to be.
But her coworker and other characters that we find out later get involved, and she has a huge scandal at her job, and she gets arrested by the FBI.
This is the actress from Deadwood. Is that correct? Do we know this? Did we
don't-
watch Deadwood?
We did
We
not
did not
watch
watch
Deadwood.
Deadwood.
Okay.
She's like a redhead.
Okay. Keep explaining.
Okay,
Keep-
and so in the face of this, and she's about to lose her license, she goes back home to Nova Scotia, and she goes to her father's campground called Sullivan's Crossing.
Okay.
And they find every single way to have a medical emergency happen where she has to be a doctor in this small town in Nova Scotia. This is the
Incredible.
most dangerous small town that has ever existed. Let me tell you, the people are falling off cliffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are getting shot. There's
Yes.
hurricanes. There's fires.
Yeah.
There's seizures. There's
But you're burying the lead. There's also Chad Michael Murray.
There's
Chad
also Chad
Michael
Murray. There's
Murray.
also a ton of romance.
Okay.
Chad
You
Michael
know,
Murray
it's-
as California Jones.
And there's also California Jones.
No relation to Indiana.
no, different Joneses.
His name is
Different state name Joneses.
Wait, this is the best part. His name is California, and then his sister's name is Sedona.
Okay. Because we don't respect women.
Yeah,
Isn't that
we don't.
The
He
man
gets
gets a state,
and she gets
a
a
city.
It's unbelievable.
Shame on
It's
us.
2025, people.
Come
Yeah.
on.
And there's a character named Pete Peterson.
Pete Peterson
It's
and Sully
just-
Sullivan.
It's
Beautiful.
it's like there's medical emergencies, there's romance, there's small town living. It's got it all.
It sounds like the alien Earth of Canadian medical drama romance serialized state name shows.
But it also has the beautiful scenery, like the calming fall
true.
vibes. You know?
No, Canada is beautiful. I'm married a Canadian, so
Right?
I'm already halfway towards the demo.
Where in Canada is she from?
She's a Vancouver girl.
Oh, Vancouver. Okay.
Yeah, and we were up in Canada for like 2 months this summer, and it was just
That's lovely.
Recharged my soul.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We were in Canada.
We were just in Montreal.
I love Montreal.
Yeah.
I went to the comedy festival there a few times, and
cool.
Such a cool city.
It is
such a thoughtful city.
Yeah.
They have that theme. They had that amusement park right on that island.
Yes.
Right. In
We
the
were
middle.
gagged at that one.
I was like, that is like, it would be like having a Six Flags on the Hudson River.
Okay.
You know
Great.
what I mean?
Yeah, amazing.
It's like
It sounds kind of like Cedar Point. Have you heard of Cedar Point,
Yeah,
in Ohio?
yeah,
That's right on the
haven't
line.
been,
have we heard? of it?
Okay, sorry. Well, I mean, this is the perfect time. I don't know if we need an act break or anything, but
Oh, please.
it's time to switch into theme park
Disney.
gear,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we
I'm
got to tag this.
an
with some
obsessive. How did the Disneyland birthday with the cousins go?
Oh my God.
I listened.
Great. It was great. Well, Jacob had never been to Disneyland.
That's
but I had
right.
been like a bunch of times.
I grew up in New Jersey going to World. Yeah.
frequently.
Yeah.
I know. And you feel you can't do more than one theme park in Florida in a day. I don't agree with that.
Okay. Why?
I think. Well, here's just the facts. Is like you were listen. My intro to you was like, okay, is this a friend or an enemy? I don't know, because you're like, I don't wait in lines.
Yeah.
Because Walt was involved. Why is it better? You went right for the anti-Semitism, which we all have heard of, and this is there's documentation, so you're not
I go for
spewing
the
lies,
jugular, okay?
But you're going for the cynical, and that's what Disney does not really tolerate at all. More than the Jewish faith, we do not tolerate cynicism.
Yes, absolutely.
No, I think there's more to do ride activity wise in Disneyland than Magic Kingdom. Like that's just a fact.
Right. Like more rides.
Magic Kingdom is wider, it's not more.
Right.
But there's more to do in Disneyland. Then you factor in California Adventure. I think in terms of experience, it's like 3 Disney World parks to 2 California parks, and then Disney World has an additional park. Animal Kingdom is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's 2 rides and you're done.
Okay, I do agree with that. I think you could spend like 3 minutes there.
Magic Kingdom you can do in half a day. Easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy. Until Villains Land opens up, and then that's going to be a whole game changer.
Right.
If I could pluck Epcot and place it here, I don't know that I would ever feel the need as I'll say it, Disney adult.
Yeah.
Need to go to Orlando for Disney.
You're so brave.
I would go in a minute for Universal.
Of course.
Because Universal Orlando to Universal Hollywood, it's no contest.
And also
course.
the new Epic
And also
Universe.
Epic Universe, I can't wait.
Yeah, we still have to get there.
Just for Dark Universe alone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. That ride looks.
did it?
Frank.
No,
but yeah.
just like seeing videos.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. And I don't like scary things.
Okay.
But it just looks awesome.
Except
so
for
good.
Stranger Things and Dark Universe, apparently.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of scary things.
Are you a scare freak?
Whoa.
A little bit.
Is
I guess
scary
I don't
things your
like-
kink?
I don't
Yeah.
like horror.
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You like thrills.
Meanwhile, he was in a movie
You love
where
cheap
somebody's testicles got cut off
Well,
in front of him.
but that's the art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
but we love the theme parks.
Yeah, same.
We've spent months watching, really over a year watching the development construction of
Epic Universe.
and like the progress updates.
It's
and all that.
incredible. I mean, each of those lands looks amazing. Dark Universe is the jewel for me just because I do like scary things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love classic monster movies. And I think that's just like a really special property and IP that Universal owns, that is connected to the brand of Universal. How to Train Your Dragon I like, but give or take. Harry Potter only problematic now, and Super Nintendo World looks awesome over there.
Yeah. Have you been to the one here?
I have, and I like it here.
Yeah.
A lot of people poo-poo it as too small, maybe, or too.
It's
but
just
I
there's
enjoy
only
it.
one ride,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's nice that the one there has like a few different things.
Yeah.
I don't particularly love that Mario Kart ride. I think that there is a better Mario Kart ride that exists that they did not do because they wanted to do the augmented reality thing.
I think it's half of two different versions, that either of those versions as a whole thing is better.
Yeah.
And that I have these goggles on, and if I turn my head too fast, they fly off.
Right.
But I also want to be looking at the practical animatronics they built and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah. I'm with you on that. But I also do love a game, so I'm like a full augmented reality version where you can score points. Like you're playing Mario Kart is very exciting too.
I just wish they did just like a Rainbow Road roller coaster.
Yeah.
Just like a
that
full,
sounds awesome.
Feel the speed of it.
Feel the speed.
Like fully,
Feel the speed, feel the color.
Yeah.
Now
100%.
wait, I'm sorry. I have to bring it back to Disney for a second.
Great.
We were talking before we started filming about Disneyland Paris.
Yes.
So you've been to Disneyland Paris.
Yes.
You've been to Disney World,
Yes.
Disneyland, California.
This is correct.
How is that the extent of
That's
your
it.
Disneys?
I mean,
okay.
I'm hoping next summer to go to Tokyo.
Okay.
That's
Disney,
the
to Magic
one.
Kingdom and Tokyo Sea is
Everyone
apparently
says that one's insane.
just stunning. My plan for my 50th birthday, which is in none of your business years,
in 12 to 15 years,
is to take 2 weeks and travel the world and hit them all. And that by that time, Abu Dhabi Disney might be available too, because there was this chasm between Paris and either Hong Kong or Shanghai.
Yeah.
Where like there's not now there's a waypoint.
Wow.
Thank goodness.
The
And
sun
they
will
did that
never
for me.
set.
They did it to celebrate me.
The sun will never set on Disney
No.
Empire.
we love
it. Yeah. And the name thing, I just want to circle back to the guy naming it himself. Have you done the Walt Disney animatronic? Like that was what I was thinking. Is I heard you saying how egotistical.
We play
is this
characters on this show.
It's not a call out. It's not a call. It's a want to join. This is not a call out.
Yeah.
This is a want to join. I want to join the convo.
Yeah.
Because now. I was just there yesterday. I was at Disneyland yesterday, and there's a Walt Disney animatronic that will take the place of the Lincoln animatronic in Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln 6 months out of the year. So now not only did he name it, but now he is just an attraction in his own thing.
But in a way, then he's also saying he's as good as Abraham Lincoln.
But he's not saying now. He's not, because your issue was he named it after himself. Now
he's
the
dead.
corporation has recreated him.
It is a bit of a severance complex,
It's
isn't
wild.
it? It's praise Kier a little bit.
It's wild. I mean, Disneyland just said, because I was like, why wasn't it Mickey Land? But the productions were Disney. It was the Disney Brothers. It was the Disney family.
Of course.
I don't know the better name for the land, because I don't think Mickey Land it feels cheap.
I think the other thing that we maybe weren't considering that you just brought up is a good point is at that time when they were creating the Disney brand, all of the companies, Warner Brothers, right?
Yes.
Like all of the companies were just those people's names.
Fox,
it was the names of the people.
Right.
Now we see them as these big behemoth.
Metro Golden Mayer,
Right. We see them as these big behemoth brands, but like actually them making their company Disney is not that. Everyone else was doing it too, and that was like kind of what you had to do to succeed. And Disneyland is like the most natural progression of naming. But now it just seems like this huge, massive thing, but it wasn't really like that at the time, was it?
It's true. It's true. All right. These are fair points.
These are good points. These are good points. It's people are complicated, right? Like as you brought up, the anti-Semitism, never okay, never in any fashion. He was also
on that, King.
He was also on the record being a union breaker. You know, like
absolutely.
There's problematic things, but then you take a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old child who knows none of that context to Disneyland. And you give them a churro, and you take them on Peter Pan ride.
Yeah,
and it's the best day ever.
Magic and the joy that you know what I mean. Like, it's
you also have the experience of bringing children to Disney.
Oh yes,
which is I think makes you probably love it even more.
Yeah,
seeing it through their eyes.
It's true. I've had so many phases. I've had the child experience myself. I grew up here in Southern California.
Yeah.
Went at least once a year for most of my life. My 8th grade grad night was there. My 12th grade grad night was
God.
there.
Wow.
I, as soon as I was 18, making my own money, had a season pass and would go with friends. So now I'm like a young adult.
Yeah. You probably
liquid
remember
funds, collecting the stuff and appreciating. Like, let's go ironically and not do a single ride and like get an ice cream cone and just sit on a bench.
You probably remember when the California Adventure opened.
First opened. It was huge.
The limousine ride with
Hollywood
Drew Carey.
limousine service. Yeah,
The Princess Diana ride.
Yeah, that's right. My grad night, my senior grad night, we had to walk the tram path from the parking structure, because the parking lot used to be California Adventure. That's where you parked for Disneyland.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that was all still a construction zone for my senior grad night, and you had to walk the length of the tram that takes you from the structure now to the park on foot.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
wow, that's
yeah,
cool. That's
yeah,
wild.
yeah.
Do you collect like the pins?
I do. This episode's about to get a little somber, and I apologize, but we lost our house in the Palisades fire, and we lost a lot of really cool, lovely memento collectibles.
Sorry.
Thank you. That's not what this is about. This is about rebuilding. This is about new starts. This is about the Phoenix Rising.
Yes.
This is about
growth.
I already have a pin collection that's about 4 or 5 pins deep.
Of course.
All right.
That's amazing.
No fire's gonna set us back. You know what I mean?
Listen, you keep moving.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah, we shall pin again.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. We got all our pin. I was asking because we have.
I know. I clocked it as soon as I walked in. That's a
Collection.
good looking. And the display of this. Gosh, I wish you listening or watching online could see the display of this pin board, because it's
We'll
most
tap the
ideal
picture.
display I've ever seen.
We DIY them.
You do?
Yeah.
It's,
Incredible.
we get the frame at Goodwill and take go get some fabric,
Yes.
wrap it around corkboard, and
That's
put it in.
So
That's it.
smart.
Yeah.
So smart.
Full DIY. We could turn it into a business.
We're big on Etsy now.
You could.
Oh, well, Taran, this has been such a pleasure
What a joy.
having you here.
Thank you
the joy.
so much for
Yeah,
doing this.
thank you for
It's
having
so
me.
fun. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on socials if you wish. I almost never join the X. I use X to complain about football.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram as Tarzan No Z, which is confusing, but it's how I tell people to spell my name.
Okay. Tarzan No Z. Got it.
Tarzan No Z, and I'm the same on Threads. And watch Stumble this fall on NBC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be amazing.
We will be watching.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, there you
Thanks.
go.
Yeah.
Well, you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Let's Talk About That Pod.
Yeah, and if you want to send any fan mail, inquiries, comments, death threats, we take them all at let's talk about that pod at gmail.com.
And watch us on YouTube, also at Let's Talk About That Pod.
There we go. We got it all.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank you,
again, to
Taran.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you next time on
Let's talk about that.
Bye.